Yam Shaivam Samupasate Shiva iti Brahma iti Vedantino Buddha Buddha iti Pramana Patava Karma iti Nayai Karma iti Karte iti Nayayikaha Suayam Vanchitavanai Trilakka Phalam Trilakkanato Harihi. May the Lord of the universe, the remover of evil, whom the devotees of Shiva worship as Shiva, the Vedantists as Brahman, the Buddhists as Buddha, as the followers of Nyaya philosophy who are clever in logic, as the divine agents, those devoted to the Jaina doctrines as Arhat, the ritualists of the Mimamsa school as Mikarma, grant us all desires of our hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 Wentworth. This morning our subject is Thoughts and the Gita, part 65. It took us 64 hours to speak on the Gita from chapter 1 to 6. Today we shall start chapter 7. Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the way of knowledge with realization. Before I start the book, I shall give you an introduction. Gita is just like a ship, a boat. Krishna is driving that boat. Who are the passengers of this boat? All of us. All beings in this world are the passengers in that boat. Krishna is driving, God is driving that boat. Last 6 chapters, the boat passed through the river. When you pass through the Mississippi River, you see both sides. Trees, plants. You see the port. You see so many things when the boat is in the river. That happened. From chapter 1 to 6, this boat passed through the river. From 7 to 12, the boat will pass through the ocean. You need a compass. You do not know where you are. You do not see any signs. You see the vast ocean. Very interesting. Only God knows your goal, your destination. We have many problems. As human beings, we have physical problem, mental problem, intellectual problem, family problem, moral, ethical, political, economical, national, international, spiritual, all kinds of problems we have. Who will solve these problems? That is the question. As I told you from the very beginning, we have all human beings have these 2 basic problems. First, we are confused. We cannot ascertain what is right, what is wrong. Many times it happens. Second, we have fear, terrible fear. These are the two basic problems of human beings. Arjuna had that problem. Through the teachings of Gita, Krishna removed those problems from him. Problems. Who solves the economic problems in this country? The economists. Political problems? The political leaders. They are specialized. They are the troubleshooters. But these sages of Vedanta sees that those problems you cannot solve permanently. Never, never. Can you solve the economic problem permanently? Never. Physical problem? Never. Just see, temporarily you can fix it, but you cannot solve it permanently. Krishna wants to solve Arjuna's problem permanently. How can we solve the problem? He says, Brahmaviddam sarvaviddam pratishtham. Brahmavidya, this knowledge of Brahman, the science of yoga, can solve all knowledge, all this knowledge of science and technology, whatever, all knowledge based on that spiritual knowledge. So if you can fix that knowledge, everything will be all right. The question arises. You walk, you go, you drive. Why do you go to work? Why do you go? You go to work. Why do you want to work? I want money. Why do you want money? I'll have to maintain family. I want to take care of myself. Why do you want to take care of yourself? I want to live. Do you ask, why do you want to live? No. Or I want happiness. Do you ask your friend, why do you want happiness? Their question stops. Very interesting. Ask yourself, why do you want to do this? Finally you say, I want to live. Why do you want to live? The answer is in the Gita. Why do you want to live? What is the purpose of human life? Why are you born? Why are you in this world? What for? Why? These questions we ask again and again. Arjuna came to Krishna. I am confused. I am now in the battlefield. Against me, 11 million soldiers are waiting to fight with me. 11 million. And great heroes. Shall I fight or not? I like to be a monk. You want to escape. Monastic life is a good place to escape. If you do not want any burden of the family, be a monk. So Arjuna was asking, shall I fight or not? I am confused, this and that. Krishna is talking about Brahman, Atman. Is he crazy? Please try to see this way. Human perspective, divine perspective. So far Krishna was talking about human perspective. Arjuna has problem. But all these problems submerged. Krishna buried all the human problems by his spiritual talk. Arjuna did not forget why I have come to fight against my enemies. Krishna lifted his mind to a higher plane of consciousness. That is happening. Your samasya, your problem is very small, very little. The main problem is the spiritual problem. So far you are on the land, I shall take you to the Bhuma, to the infinite. There, zero problem. When you know God, when you are an experienced in Brahman, you have no problem at all. Two persons do not fight, the dead and the illumined. A dead person is gone, he does not fight. And illumined, who has already known God, he does not fight. Whom should I fight? I am one with this whole universe. I am one with God. At that time he realizes that I am no more that minute individual being. I am one with God. You know, yesterday, a few days ago, I was working and a thought came to my mind. Sometimes people ask, why should I meditate? Do you know why do you want to meditate? For three things. First thing, it will help you. You have control over yourself, over the senses. You will get tremendous inner strength and power. That is the first. Second, the moment you connect yourself with God, do you know what will happen? Ichhar anabhivat. Whatever you wish, that will be fulfilled. God's wish never become unfulfilled. The moment you unite yourself with your God, all of your wishes will be fulfilled. Third, love. Life is very boring, meaningless if you do not have love. Do you love anybody? Sometimes ask. One person I interviewed in Los Angeles, no Swami, I don't love anybody. Uncle, why? I don't trust people. They may use me. Uncle, my goodness. If you do not have love, life becomes very dull. Very dull. Love thy Lord with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind, with all thy strength. Jesus said that. Love. Whom should I love? Next question. Sarvabhuta hiti rataha. Love everybody. If you love, do you know what will happen? Without love, your mind will be very restless, ashanta. If you want to make yourself peaceful, if you want peace in your life, be shanta, be calm, be quiet, be serene, be tranquil. If you want to be tranquil, calm, serene, you will have to be devotee, lover of God. That is the way it works. Krishna reminded Arjuna, Sarvabhuta hiti rataha. Most people are very selfish. I and my. Me, satisfy me, make me happy. You suffer, doesn't matter. Just me. Those people have terrible problems. Their whole focus on themselves, selfishness. Krishna says, that way it will not work. In the Bhagavatam, he told the gopis, Etavad janma safallam dehinam iha dehishu pranoi arthoi dhiya vacha shreyo evam acharet sada. Let me tell you how you can find fulfillment in life. All people are trying to find fulfillment in life. How? How can we have that? 4 things. Pranui, serve people, love people with all thy energy. Prana. Arthui, money, wealth. With that you can serve people. Dhiya, through your intellect, you can serve people. Vacha, through speech, you can serve people. Focus these 4 things to others. You will find fulfillment in life. Krishna says, when you have that kind of love, then you will see you cannot hate anybody. Whom should I hate? Whom shall I hate? You will never be afraid of anybody. You will be free from grief. Main thing is attain perfection by realizing God. That perfection comes when we unite ourselves with God. God is perfect, and we are all His children. So this is the way Krishna instructed Arjuna. Now in the next 6 chapters we shall find Krishna will talk about himself, God. Who am I? We have very, very poor concept about God. Now we shall start. Shri Bhagavanu Vacham Maya Saktamana Partha Jogam Junjan Madashraya Asamshayam Samagramam Yata Gyasyasi Tashrinu. The Lord said, with the mind intent on me, O Sthana Pritha, taking refuge in me and practicing yoga, how you shall without doubt know me fully, that you hear from me. Very interesting. Krishna is telling, you really want to know me fully or partly? Tell me first. Our love never becomes fulfilled if we know part. I remember my professor one day told me, love cannot be divided. Here is a mother. He has 2 donuts. She has 2 donuts. And she has 2 sons. One is 5 years old, another is 3 years old. The mother gave this 1 donut to the youngest son and another donut to the eldest son. The youngest son will take the donut and throw away. My mother does not love me. Please study the psychology of this little child. My mother does not love me. This little child knows that not only the donuts are divided, my mother's love has been divided. Half has gone to my brother and half has come to me. That is the way it works. Husband wants the entire love of his wife. The wife wants the entire love of her husband. This is the way it goes. It is very difficult. So, Jatha Gasyasi Tashrinu, you really want to know me fully? I shall put 3 conditions on you. Gita has been said in such a beautiful way. This is the student side, the disciple side, what you are supposed to do. These are my 3 conditions if you want to know me fully. First, maya sakta mana. Be attached to me. Be attached to me. That means love me. Ashakti. In the Bhakti Sutra, I shall not go in details, there are 11 kinds of attachments. Sometimes seeing your beauty, I get attached. Sometimes observing your qualities, I get attached. Sometimes Rupa Shakti, Guna Shakti, Kanta Shakti, various kinds of attachments. The Bhakti Sutra of Narada describes how 11 ways you can love your beloved. First, be attached to me. Look at us. We are attached to our husband, wife, children, family, money, car. Who is attached to God? Parabrahmani kopina lagna. Krishna says, nobody is attached to God. Nobody should not, I should not say, very few. Sri Ramakrishna gave a beautiful statement. People shed jug full of tears for wife, for children, for money, who weeps for God. Lord, I want you and you alone in my life. Who says that? Ask yourself, put your hand on your chest. Do I really want God in my life? You will get a very honest answer from within. Really, do you want God? Maya sakta mana. Sri Ramakrishna made a beautiful analogy, told a beautiful parable. Here is a maid servant, works for the master. She takes care of the master's children, telling my John, my Jack. But from the bottom of her heart, she knows they are not my children. My children are at home. She serves the master's children, but she is not attached to them. Her attachment is for her own children at home. That is the way it works. So, Sri Ramakrishna says, take care of your family members. Love everybody, serve everybody. But from the bottom of your heart, you know they are not yours. They all belong to God. Arjuna, you see, the person we love, we try to expose our heart to that person. We want to give everything to our beloved. That is the nature of love. Look at some mothers in the Black Friday. Previous night waiting at the front of the Macy's stores to buy some toys or something for the children. Whole night that lady was outside. In this cold winter, I shall buy something for my children. When I shall see the smiling face of my children, I shall get joy. That is called love. I shall get joy if I serve, if I give happiness, peace to my people. Krishna, Shakha Priyosite, you are my friend, you are my dear. For that reason, I want to tell you everything. Krishna is telling Arjuna. Arjuna is the cousin, disciple, friend. I want to give my everything to you. If you be like Arjuna, Krishna will give everything to you. So Krishna was owed his grace and his love to Arjuna. In the previous chapters, Krishna taught him karma, knowledge, meditation, renunciation. All these things he taught. But all these teachings, if you do not do right, you may not get the result. But I am telling you that how you will get me fully, completely. Maya Sakta Mana Partha, that is first Ashakti, be attached to God. Second, Madashraya, take refuge in me. Surrender to me, shun your ego. You see, as long as you have ego, you will never, never, never surrender to God. I can do it. I. It will not work. Look at the newborn baby. 100% surrender to the mother. If mother neglects, does not feed, the baby will die. Definitely the baby will die. It is the mother is protecting the baby. That is called surrender. Do we surrender God like a baby to the mother? As baby surrenders to the mother? No. Madashraya. Take refuge in me. That is the second condition. First, be attached to me. Then second, surrender to me. And then, yogam junjan. And practice yoga. How to connect yourself with God. These are the three conditions you will have to fulfill if you want to know me fully. Be attached to me, surrender to me, and practice yoga. This first verse, you see, in the previous chapter, Krishna mentioned, among and of all yogis, one who with the innermost self-merged in me, with Shraddha, devotes himself or herself to me, is considered by me is the most steadfast. Yuktatamu mataha. Yuktatamu means steadfast, means his love never shakes. That devotee's love never goes away from me. So here that is the who is Yuktatamu? This question arose in Arjuna's mind. Who is the steadfast devotee? Krishna raised his mind, now answering Arjuna's question. Moksha karana samagram bhaktiroshi guryoshi. Moksha, liberation, is the goal. Devotion is the means. Sa para unurukti ishare, says Shanjila. Attachment to God is called devotion. Krishna is very particular. Shamagram, that is the word he used. Fully. If you know me partly, do you know what will happen? You will be narrow, bigoted, superstitious, quarrelsome. That happens all the religious denominations. They know part. They do not know whole. Sri Ramakrishna told a parable. Four blind men went to see the elephant. First man touched the belly and said elephant is just like a water barrel. Second person touched the leg and said elephant was just like a pillar. Third person touched the ear, elephant is just like a winnowing fan. All these people touched different parts of the elephant, but they did not see the whole elephant. For that reason, they developed various kinds of sects. They are not lying, but they have partial knowledge, not full knowledge. But if you see the whole elephant, you cannot form any sect. That is in Krishna's mind. I want to show him the full, complete Godhead. He is preparing. In the 11th chapter, he will show him the cosmic form. Same thing we find Sri Ramakrishna showed Vivekananda the full elephant, so that he cannot form any kind of sect. Look, there are 296 Christian denominations in America and Canada. 296. All these denominations love Christ, worship Christ. But my Catholic friend says, Swami, we think Catholics are the best among the Christians. I cannot help it. He's a Jesuit. Well, my friend is a Lutheran, good person, but I think I am the best because I'm a Catholic. That happens. Bhuyo niha bhuyo enna gyatavyam mamsha avashishyate. There is nothing more to learn. In the Upanishads, Mundaka Upanishad, the disciple was asking the Guru, Kuspinno bhagavo sarvigyate sarvavidam vigyatam bhavati iti. Sir, do you know any such thing knowing which everything can be known? That is my question. I want to know such thing knowing which everything can be known. Upanishad answers. There in the Chandogya Upanishad we find Shetaketu, a young boy, was sent by his father to the teacher. After his education came back, the father asked this question. Kino ashrutam shrutam matam amatam matam abhigyatam vigyatam bhavati iti. My son, did you ask your teacher through which the unheard can be heard, unknown can be known, unseen can be seen, unthought of can be thought of? Have you asked this question to your teacher? Oh no, perhaps my teacher doesn't know all those things. That boy was very proud, very egotistic. Then the father began to give lessons, one after another. After 9 instructions, the son understood what is Brahman. It is in the 6th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad. I want to know fully, wholly. Another interesting thing, Arjuna did not want to know about Brahman, God, all this stuff. Why is Krishna talking these things? He wanted to know that shall I fight or not? I am confused. That was his question. And Krishna is talking about Brahman, Atman. Who cares? You see, you have a disease. You do not know the cause of the disease. The good doctor diagnoses properly, gives medicine, a specific medicine, you are cured. So Krishna knows the disease of Arjuna. He is watching. He is talking something gibberish, but he has a definite problem. I will have to solve that problem first. Not only a good doctor, not only prescribe medicine, he asks, did you buy the medicine? I do not have money. I shall buy medicine for you. Then, did you take the diet? Well, no, I shall give you money, buy the diet. Then he will come and ask you to take the medicine and feed you and cure you. Only a good, compassionate doctor can do that. But not now in this country, you see. For that reason he says, Jnanam teham sabhijnanam. I shall teach you something which is very special. Not only I shall teach you, I shall give you realization. That is vijnanam. Not only I shall give you the knowledge, but I shall give you the strength so that you can experience that knowledge. Do you know what? You know many things. Reading from the books, listening from the teachers, you have so much knowledge, but you have not experienced it. You know smoking cigarette is not good. Many people get cancer, they are telling don't smoke, don't smoke. Still people smoke. He does not have experience. I had students, he used to argue with me. Several times I snatched away cigarette and lighter, everything, and dumped into the trash can. Her argument is that George, what is his name? George Byrne. He is 94 years old, smoked cigar, he does not have any cancer. That is his argument, Swami. So it is not proved that cigarette brings cancer. She will argue with me. Then she had a stroke and died after a few years. Yes, see. That is called Jnanam and Vijnanam. My doxy is orthodoxy, your doxy is heterodoxy, so you must be punished. I am just talking about how, if you do not know God fully, how many sectarianism and all these problems develop in the name of religion. Toleration is the homage that the finite mind pays to the inexhaustibility of the infinite. The infinite is inexhaustible. If I have an experience of the infinite, and if I say, I have taken the whole infinite into me, it will be foolish. There is so much left over that. Others can also have other experiences of the infinite. Because of that, not only do I tolerate other people, but I also respect and accept as true other people's experiences. That is India's attitude. As Sri Ramakrishna told a story, a tiny ant took a particle of sugar from a sugar mountain and contemplating that next time when I shall come, I shall take the whole sugar mountain into my tiny hole. So human beings are like that tiny ant, and God is the infinite. How can you comprehend God, that infinite God? Sri Ramakrishna gave a beautiful answer. What is the necessity of knowing how much wine in the grog shop? Just drink one bottle and get drunk and fall on the ground. That's. Some I added, of course, on the ground. What is the necessity of knowing how much wine is there? You need to get drunk, just drink one glass of wine, that will be enough. It is impossible for an individual human being to comprehend the infinite God. Krishna will show Arjuna that infinite God. That I am shivering. Please hold. Withhold that cosmic form. I cannot bear it. I'm scared to death. It is God's grace that one can realize God. Next verse. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam bakshami ashishataha jasgatva neha bhuino annat gatavyam avashishate. I shall tell you in full about theoretical knowledge along with experience, knowing which nothing more here will remain to be known. Jnanam and Vijnanam. Remember these two words, Jnana, Vijnana. Knowledge and special knowledge. Knowledge, you know milk. You have seen milk. You have touched milk. You know how the milkman milks the cow. And how you know how Shru's market sells the milk. And you buy it and keep it in the refrigerator. You know everything about the milk. But you have not drunk it. You touched the milk, you saw the milk, but you have never taken milk in your life. That means you will never be nourished. A Vijnana means that person knows the milk and also has drunk the milk and got nourishment, got a strength. That is called Vijnana. As I told you, you have learned from your guru, from the scriptures, but you have not experienced it. Krishna says, I shall give you that experience. As you remember, Swami Vivekananda said, many teachers teach religion, but very few people can give religion. Sri Ramakrishna could give religion by a touch, by a glance. When Vivekananda asked the question, sir, is there any God? Yes. Have you seen God? Yes. And I can show you. He touched his chest and he had that divine experience. Another time, he saw God in Brahman in everything. That is called Vijnanam, experience. Experience is the most important thing in spiritual life. You may be a great intellectual, great writer, great orator, but if you have no experience, you are zero. That is the way Vedanta teaches. Experience is vital. Oh, I have faith, I go to the church. That is not enough. I pay the dues, I pay and I go to my Sunday regularly. That is not enough. Do you have experience? Have you seen God? That Krishna is talking about. Jnanam teham savijnanam imam bhakshami ashishata. Ashishata means I shall not keep anything reserved or secret. You see, some gurus do not want to give everything to the disciple. Do you know why? Oh, my disciple may surpass me, I shall lose my power and business. So I shall teach you a little. There's some Indian musicians. Do you know what? They will not teach everything to their students. They will teach everything to their sons. And if you want, I know a musician, he had to marry that teacher's daughter. Otherwise, the teacher will not give this to all knowledge. So he wants to keep something, he tries to withhold something. He says, Ashishata. I shall give everything. Because Krishna doesn't have any fear. He is Purnam. From the full, if you take the full remains. You know, recently I was reading one of our Swami's comment. When Sri Ramakrishna told Swamiji that today I give everything to you and I have become a beggar. Why did Sri Ramakrishna say that? Do you know why? Because he was always full. He is Purna Brahma. From the full, takes the full out, it remains the full. Jajgatva neha bhujna anyat gyatavyam avashishyate. You have nothing more to learn. I have nothing to learn. Sri Ramakrishna gave an example. Here is a pitcher, empty pitcher. You pour under the water, it will make bhak, bhak, bhak sound. When the pitcher is full, no more sound. So when a person talks too much, his inside is empty. When he is full, he does not talk. He is full, inside is full, outside is full. Those are the greatest teachers of the world. They teach through silence. They teach through their lives. If you read the Imitation of Christ, oh, great teachers, please close your lips, enough. Let the Lord speak through me from within. Vijnanam. The Jnani gives up his identification with worldly things, discriminating, not this, not this. Only then can he realize Brahman. It is like reaching the roof of a house by leaving the steps behind one by one. But the Vijnani, who is more intimately acquainted with Brahman, realizes something more. He realizes that the steps are made of the same materials as the roof, bricks, lime, and brick dust. That which is realized intuitively as Brahman through the eliminating process of not this, is then found to have become the universe and all its living beings. The Vijnani sees that the reality which is nirguna, without attributes, is also shaguna, with attributes. A man cannot live on the roof for a long time. He comes down again. Those who realize Brahman in Samadhi come down also and find that it is Brahman that has become the universe and its living beings. In the musical scale, there are the notes sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. But one cannot keep one's voice on ni a long time. The ego does not vanish altogether. The man coming down from Samadhi perceives that it is Brahman that has become the ego, the universe, and all living beings. That is known as Vijnana. I just read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. A time comes in spiritual life when too much talk, too much reading, too much noise becomes an obstacle. Too much argumentation. The illumined souls do not like those things. They are somewhat talkers of religion. Like parrots, talking. Next verse 3. Manushyanam sahasreshu kasyid jatati siddhai jatadamapi siddhanam kasyim mam vetti tattvataha. This is a very famous verse of Krishna. A few among thousands of men and women strive for perfection, and a few, perchance, among the blessed ones striving thus, know me in reality. There are billions of human beings in this world. How many people are trying to realize God? Few. Among those few who are striving utmost to realize God, only one or two succeed. It is not so easy. Kshurasya dhara nishita durattaya durgam patastat kavayu vadanti. Yama, the god of death, told Nachiketa, this path is very, very difficult, as if you are walking on the sharp edge of a razor. Any moment your feet can be cut. Be careful. This is a very slippery path. Many people fall. Swami Vivekananda made a good statement. Those who come to spiritual life, 80% people are more or less hypocrites. 15% people will be mad. They become unbalanced. And 5% people more or less are sincere. That is Swamiji's statistics. I interviewed a person who knew Swami Brahmananda in 1970 in Almora. And I asked, could you tell me something new about Swami Brahmananda? So that devotee told me, you know, when we were young boys, we used to play cards with Maharaj, Swami Brahmananda, a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, Noara Brahman. And I told Maharaj, you are miser. A person who has plenty of money does not just spend, that person is miser. You have all spiritual experiences, you can give people and can give them illumination, but you are not giving, so you are miser. Immediately Swami became very grave. And he asked, who wants? Ke chai? Who wants God? Even I see the monks come and ask me, Maharaj, give me Sharanaj, give me Brahmacharya, give me initiation. Nobody asks me, Swami, I want God. Who wants? Kashi jatati siddhai. Look, there are thousands of people there, but who came to Christ? Only 12. So Sri Ramakrishna had only 16 disciples. It is extremely difficult to get a human life. And it is more difficult to have purity, renunciation, and devotion for God. Not so easy. Jatatamopi siddhanam. You see many spiritual seekers, they are all striving. One or two will succeed. Tattata. Tattata means truly, really. Tattata means, let me tell you what tattata means. Perhaps you are meditating, you have a very good mind that day, you have a vision of Christ. A glance, a glimpse. That is not enough. Oh, I have seen Christ. No, no, no. For temporarily you have a vision, that is not enough. Again your mind can go to the lower plane. There are 7 realms, 7 stages of illumination. When you reach that 7th chakra, that is tattva. At that time you are one with God. From there you will never fall. In the first stage, second stage, third stage, you may fall. You have some experience, but it is not a lasting experience. Many are called, but few are chosen. This Swami made a beautiful remark. Here is the point. Many try, but a few only achieve. It is like our Olympics. How many people participate in the running, and a few only reach the finals, the destination, of which only one will get the first place because of the limitations of the others. It is true. Last summer I watched quite a bit of Olympic, the runners. One person hit another person. One girl fell down on the track. She broken hearted. All 4 years that girl is practicing. In the final running time, she hit another. She was hit by another person by foot, and she fell down. Could not make it. Luck, very bad luck. So only one will succeed. Many people come to Vedanta, get instructions, but very few who sincerely hold it and want to experiment on their lives. Tattata, that is called tattata. Jatatam api siddhamam koshin mam vetti tattata. Those who are striving hard, only 1 or 2 will succeed. But the Swami, it is very discouraging. But what to do? Many are called, but few are chosen. Jesus said, this is like our employment business or lottery, jackpot. Millions of people buy the ticket. Only one person will hit the jackpot. Everybody does not hit the jackpot. All right, I shall stop here today. It is very, then Krishna will talk about Prakriti, his nature, his divinity, the cosmic. The way these teachings of Gita are set, it's just like a show. We can see a scene, like a drama. It is not a regular instruction. We can see the back and forth. We have problems. But the moment we experience the Atman, all problems go away. The world vanishes. What do you do in meditation? We want to vanish the world from the mind. The moment you vanish the world, all problems of the world also disappear. That is our goal. But then what about the practical life? That Krishna was talking about the karma yoga, jnana yoga, raja yoga, bhakti yoga, how to live in this world. Having this knowledge of God. After having the knowledge of God, live in this world. Then you have no problems. first smear the oil, rub the oil on your finger, then open the jackfruit. Then that sticky glue will not stick in your hand. Be like a mudfish. It lives in the mud, but the mud cannot contaminate it. Be like a swan. It lives in the river, in the lake, but it shakes, all water goes away, it becomes dry. Live in this world, love God. Then all problems will go away. Thank you. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayati girim yat kripa tamaham bande paramananda madhavam. I bow down to Krishna, by whose grace the lame scale mountains and the dumb become eloquent. May Krishna be the guide of our lives. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.